On this week's Living Brunsco, we will talk about a new program to help independent contractors get relief money during the pandemic. It's called the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. We'll talk about that to Marcel Hatton from NC Works. Plus, we have a digital solution for restaurants who want to keep their patrons safe when they reopen. Chris from Sellworthy has that. And the pandemic is changing the supply and demand for various products. We will talk to Dave Berkheimer about two products that he sells that are now booming. And he might have an opportunity for you. That's coming up on Living Brunsco, brought to you by the Brunswick County Chamber. Hi, everybody. John Daly here with news. That is NOOZ.TV. Joining me is Chris Crockett, the owner of Sellworthy, a digital and marketing company that is making this broadcast, Living Brunsco, happen. And joining us is Susan Freeman, the executive director of the Brunswick County Chamber. Before I bring you two in, let me give the latest figures on what's going on coronavirus in the Brunswick County area. The number of positive cases in the county is now at 43. That is up 5 cases from last week. There are 10 cases in the county from people visiting. Now, so far, we've had 4 deaths, 2 residents and 2 visitors. We are still way below the state average in cases. North Carolina is approaching 10,000 overall cases with 361 deaths. The peak is expected to start falling within a week to 10 days. State health officials also say these stay-in-place orders have worked, and they say the number of new cases might have resulted because of increased testing. Meanwhile, a number of places are beginning to reopen. We're seeing a number of spots in the county opening up. Ocean Isle Beach is lifting restrictions on parking and short-term rentals, and North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is also opening up condo rentals as well. Susan, I'm going to start with you on this. I'm hearing conflicting responses from people. Some people think that we need to start working again since things down here are actually good. Others, and mainly from the older population, are worried, and they are worried that the country will be coming down here because we seem so safe. Give us your perspective.
Well, John, actually, your perspective is probably true to all those statements that you just made. Folks are calling the Chamber of Commerce office daily, asking if the beaches are open, if they can come here, and are the houses open, the restaurants open. And at this point, the governor's response is still stay home. We are working on the curve and flattening it out. Locally, though, we are seeing folks really paying attention as to what they should be doing. They are taking accountability for their actions, and they're staying put. Opening up the beaches, I believe, is a good positive mental break for all of us to get out there and enjoy some sunshine. So on the Chamber's perspective, we are small business driven. We support our small business partners. We do not want to see them crash, but we realize that they're opening up under new guidelines, and from what I'm seeing, they are abiding by them. So on the Chamber's behalf, I'm saying open up your business, be logical about it, be smart about what you're doing. If you're a consumer coming into it, respect those around you and respect the guidelines that have been put in place to protect each community that we serve.
Mm-hmm. So, Chris, from your perspective, kind of a digital perspective, are you seeing people ready to work, or are they just planning for a few months down the road?
Well, you know, that's a really good question, John. So a lot of people have actually been using this downtime, businesses that really are focused on coming out of this ahead of the game. Have been using this time to get ahead on projects that normally they'd probably be too busy for this time of year. So there's a lot of influx of projects coming in to really help them sustain this going forward, and being accessible both digitally and in person. But there's also kind of the whole a little bit nervousness, you know, are we going to get the income? Are we going to be sustainable? Can we afford to spend that kind of money? So there's kind of both sides of it. And it really is up to everyone to kind of come together and both support the businesses and as well as the businesses to have a structure in place to make it easier for people to actually support them.
All right. So are businesses getting back to work? I guess that's a yes and no answer. There are still lots of folks out there, and those folks, especially independent contractors, there are some solutions for them, but you have to be patient. We spoke to Marcel Hatton of NC Works for an update on those things. Joining us now is Marcel Hatton of NC Works, which helps employers and employees with resources available in the region. The website is ncworks.com. Marcel, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, before we get to the solutions out there, are you seeing jobs picking up in the area yet?
Yes, we're constantly having job employers looking for job seekers. Today I had to open an account for an employee looking for someone with backyards doing some landscaping. So we have over 120 jobs posting right now and constantly growing on the website.
All right, that's great. Let's talk about independent contractors getting financial help. It is called the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, the PUA. First, what site do people go to for that?
Right, they need to go to des.nc.gov, and that's the employment security page, and where they'll be able to file that claim. They'll have to sign up if they don't have an account, and they can apply for those benefits. It became open on April 24th, and I think we had a massive overload by Monday. People filing for those funds.
Yeah. All right. Who can actually apply for this?
This was designed specifically for self-employed and contract workers. I did have a call from someone that was a self-employed beautician, and we assisted her with applying for her funds today. And she was able to get through on the telephone. A lot of people can't, but just keep trying and just you get lucky.
Okay, and we have heard the site is overloaded. So your advice to people is just be patient. Anything else?
Right. It's just continue to be patient. They got over 733,000 claims going in. So, and with this new piece, the PUA coming aboard, it was able to, now that's creating a larger influx again. So just be patient, persistent, and you may want to try doing later hours or early in the mornings along those lines. I know if you need to call, they'll open up the windows for calls to be taken on Saturdays also. So you might want to take Saturday. It might be a better opportunity to get in touch with someone at the DES.
Okay. The one way to get paid is you get it through the Bank of America card, but that's really not working. What do you suggest?
You're right. They offer two payment processes when you register for payment. You get a debit card that they will send you, or you can sign up for direct deposit. Direct deposit has been the most positive output. I think there's a massive influx for Bank of America trying to get those cards out also. So I would recommend that if you're looking to get your funds a little bit quicker, to get your routing number and your account number so that they can deposit that money to you and get it a little quicker.
Okay. Now, employers can actually use the site to file for their employees. Talk about how they can do that.
Right. You can go to the same des.nc.gov website and file as an employer, and you're creating your own account. And you can apply for unemployment benefits for your workers. And I think it'll be the better option. And we'll get that flyer out to you. We'll get that posted today so someone can see that.
All right.
And I think that's the best option too for an employee, because I think some people are having problems with people coming back to work because they're making more money there. They're really controlling what was going on in that account. They can let DES know exactly what's going on, that they did reach out to this employee and they don't want to come back to work.
Okay, I know you've got a lot of things coming up in the next week. Talk about what people can use now on NC Works as far as the chat goes. Right.
The chat, NC Works, there's a live chat that they turned on today. So anybody looking for work, needs assistance with resume, you can just go on to the live on ncworks.gov, and you'll request the chat in the right-hand corner, and you'll have a live person being able to give you detailed instructions on how to maneuver on the site, assist you with job seeking and things of that nature. We're looking forward to this option. This pandemic has brought on a lot of different options we're making available now, so you got to take the good with the bad.
Chris, you got anything?
Yeah, one quick question, Marcel. So on the DES website, you're mentioning everybody following. I actually heard, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, that because it is so busy, the websites are so overloaded, that people are having better luck filing via paper and mailing it in just because of the systems in place. Do you know if that's the case for North Carolina?
Not for North Carolina.
Okay.
I think we went through that during the hurricane, and then you got to imagine that much paper coming into DES, and you have to scan it and try to decipher it, and you got different handwritings. So the best thing is to do is to stay persistent, going online. I have people saying, well, I can't have access to a computer. They're using neighbors, cell phones, which I don't recommend. You can't see everything with a cell phone. But by any means necessary, the best way to do it is online.
Is there
and then you can stay abreast of what's going on.
Is there a certain time that's better for people to be going on? Both, all around. Is there a better time for people to be going on to the website?
I think midday is probably pretty rough. Mid-morning, because I think everybody's getting up and get a first crack at it. I think in the later evenings probably better. I know I assisted a young lady here last week before they released the PUA where contractors and self-employed people could get on, and we was able to process her claim with no problem. It's just that these periods of opening up different funding parts makes it a little bit more difficult now. There is another funding part that's probably going to be open. I'm not sure when. And that's for those seasonal workers. A lot of them were coming off the winter season, and their claims have zero balance in them. And now they're waiting till this next funding pot becomes open. So that's going to be another huge population that's going to be applying. So just get through, just be patient, and just keep trying. And you can reach out and call me. I know you can post a number up. So if you need to, you can reach out and call me or send an email. My whole staff, we're working from home, and we're taking calls as we get them, or you can send us an email.
And how does it work for the self-employed versus the people that have been working somewhere?
They have so long they're reporting their earnings via to the state for tax purposes and things of that nature, they'll just pull that up. And if they haven't, they'll asking them to send their tax forms and paperwork so they can annotate that and get those numbers. That's why it's important. You have people out there trying to work without filing. It's not going to happen. You got to have some type of documentation to gain that income. Mm-hmm. And they're also getting unemployment in addition to the $600 that's authorized by the federal government.
Very good. We've been talking to Marcel Hatton of NC Works. The website is ncworks.com. Marcel, give us your phone number and an email again.
Okay, my phone number is, let me make sure I got the right number. Okay, 919-630-8324. My email is marcel.hatton@ncommerce.com. That's MarcelHatton@ncommerce.com.
Perfect. Marcel, thank you very much. Thanks for your work.
All right, have a good day. I want to hear you guys on the phone. Give me a call.
All righty. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Marcel.
We will keep you informed of the new things that will be available from NC Works that are coming up soon. So, Susan, let's bring you in here. We know what a great tool Brunsco Bites has been for our restaurants. Any updates on how the restaurants in the area are doing?
They're still managing. It's getting to a breaking point, though, for some of them that they are wanting to get back to normal. So many of us carry these hand sanitizers where we go. And when you have to order, if you are even ordering at curbside and you do not have your digital phone with you, you're touching your menus. And I think that's some of the things that the restaurants are working through, how to best business practices during this time. So as we move forward into the summer with a higher volume of folks, I think we're going to have to go with different ideas on how we can actually make sure that we are abiding by the guidelines, abiding by what's best for our businesses and our consumers. So I'll be anxious to see the ideas that are unfolding.
Well, you are the queen of segues because Chris and Selworthy have a new tool for restaurants now when these restaurants open. So, Chris, this is going to save restaurants time and money while keeping restaurant goers safe. Tell us about the QR code solution that you have.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, so basically what it is, it's something that's nothing new. It's been around for a while, QR codes. They were kind of a fad for a while, and now it's become more of something where if you go to Starbucks a lot, you'll actually have a QR code on your phone where they can scan it in and kind of pull up your whole account and charge your card. So it's kind of reversed in the way QR codes work. It's less consumers scanning them and more businesses scanning them and them available in apps. But this is really a perfect application to this, where restaurants can have a QR code at every table, just a simple printout. They could get a tent card printed out with the QR code. And if that QR code could basically resolve when someone opens their camera app on their phone to their online menu. Why this is great. So there's no longer would be a need for anyone touching the menu. You could have those QR codes at every table, either in that tent card format. You could have them inside the slips where you put like drink specials. There's multiple ways you could have that sitting there and printed. But also, it allows people to get to your website and see your website. If someone wears glasses a lot, it can make it easy for them to who already has their settings. And John, we talked about this in your case. You already have your settings, so your font's big because you have, when you're reading near sight, you need to have font bigger. So a lot of people have that same scenario where they have their phone set up like that already. So it makes everything easier for them. And it's great for a restaurant because you're going to want to have a website anyways, and you're going to want people always seeing your website. So if you don't already have one, this is a good reason to have one set up so that it's accessible. But the really hidden kind of gem of this all is a lot of restaurants are going to be kind of struggling to get the same volume, the same sales, same revenue, right? As they go back into this. So you could set something up called retargeting. And what that basically is more or less adding a code to your website that allows you to really reach back out to all these people. So everyone that's coming into your restaurant is now going to be viewing your website and viewing your mobile menu, which is on your website. And you could actually track everyone's phone that's on that. And it's actually very legal. This is normal. Whenever you go to almost any site in the world, there's actually tracking codes on there for these companies to see how many visitors these have. So it's the same application. But these businesses can now use this to retarget to these people. So if you're on Facebook, they'll now be able to see someone came to your restaurant, they'll see an ad that you're running a promotion tonight for 10% off takeout or whatever it may be. So you can really retarget and re-reach your customers very easily. And it's something that's always happens all the time anyways. So it's something that's great from a marketing standpoint. You can also use it to build your mailing list and offer promotions and specials. So for restaurants that say, okay, how am I going to get repeat customers really coming in now where I'll be competing against all these other restaurants that are trying to do the same thing? This is something great. You could kind of offer your own little spin to everything and have that ability to market to them more easily from this all.
Wow. And now you and I did a video on this, so restaurants can actually do it themselves. Where would they see that?
So we're actually going to be posting that on the Sellworthy website and also on the Sellworthy Facebook and social channels. So that will be easily accessible.
All right, cool. And how do they reach out to you to get more information?
So they could go right to sellworthy.com with Sellworthy with 1 L. Chat us on the Facebook page. They could call or text me directly, 910-600-6181.
All right, great stuff. All right, we are seeing also a change in products that are being sold as the result of the pandemic. Chamber member Dave Berkheimer told us he is selling, and he's seeing 2 of his products that are beginning to take off. Let's take a look. And joining us now is Dave Berkheimer, owner of Healthy Green Solutions, LLC, which is also the website, which is healthygreenssolutionsllc.com. And Dave, you have some products that work perfectly with this new coronavirus economy. The first is the Tower Garden. It's kind of like a farm in your home. Explain that.
Yes, it can actually be a farm inside or outside of your home, and there are commercial applications as well. It's how the food is grown on the space station. The concept originated at Epcot Center in Disney World. The inventor of the tower ran the land pavilion there for over a decade. He left in 2005, invented the standalone tower, and sold the rights to one of the companies that I represent, a company that has powdered fruit and veggies in capsules or chewables. But my favorite product of that company is the Tower Garden. You can grow very healthy food, anything that grows above ground, inside or outside. It's very sustainable. It uses less than 5% of the water that it takes to grow in the soil. There's absolutely no soil involved, just water and a mineral solution.
And it's kind of like a vineyard. The different vegetables and fruits kind of grow up all around. We'll put some pictures up of it, but to me it looks kind of like a vineyard. Would that be a good way to describe it?
You could describe it that way, yes. The growing is very prolific. If you're eating what you're growing, it pays for itself in 6 to 9 months. After that, the operating costs are about $100 a year. That is essentially free food.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so the next one is an air ionizer. In fact, you said you're going to be wearing one. Are you wearing one right now?
I'm not wearing one. I'm holding up the personal unit. Get an idea of the size that would go in your collar. That one was originally designed for airplanes. It's still great to wear on a plane, but it also helps your mask work better if you're sitting in a doctor's office or even on the way to the grocery store.
Okay, so this isn't curing anything, but it does help clean the air around you. Is that right?
Technology for all these products simulate a thunderstorm, which is how nature cleans the air outside. This gets rid of all the particles in the air. When you start getting up to the slightly larger units, this one looks like a radar detector. It can plug into any outlet anywhere in the world. It can purify the air in your car or a room up to about 500 square feet. So it's great for hotel rooms. There's just different attachments for different size outlets. The company, the guy who invented it, did it in the 80s. There have been some enhancements in the meantime, but this unit that I'm holding up, there's one like it in the chamber. That one will purify the air in up to a 3,000 square foot home or office, multiple levels and multiple rooms. It's great for people with pets, people who smoke inside. It hasn't been tested on the current virus, but it was demonstrated 15 years ago when it first came out to kill nearly 100% of bacteria and viruses in the air and on surfaces. The model I just showed you has just been replaced by an even more enhanced model. You can't get there from the website that you mentioned, but if someone will contact me, 910-632-3287. If you Google that number, you'll get to my Healthy Green Solutions website. But if you call me, I can introduce you to any of the various products that I represent, including the air purifiers and the tower garden.
All right, and just really quickly, you not only offer that you're selling these products, but you can actually offer somebody an opportunity to come work with you.
Yes, several of the companies that I represent, I make money helping other people start businesses that most people do very part-time, at least initially, for very little startup costs. Some of those companies, the initial application fee, which normally ranges from $20 to $50 or $52 for a year. Some of those companies are waiving that fee, at least for the rest of this month. Who knows what's going to happen in May? But again, it's a very small price to be able to access some really great products at wholesale, whether you're going to build a business or not.
All right. Chris, any questions?
No questions for me.
All righty. Hey, Dave, we really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything, and we'll definitely be seeing you around.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks for.
He is Dave Berkheimer with Healthy Green Solutions, LLC, and that is the website as well, healthygreensolutions.llc.com. Dave, again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Again, that was Dave Berkheimer. And Susan, using the Brunswick Chamber site is really so useful for new products. that you're going to sell, and especially online. Give us kind of a quick rundown of what folks can expect.
Well, the beauty of the website, again, going back to almost what Chris was referring to, you can do it from your mobile device, you can do it from your desktop. You're not killing any trees. I mean, that's one good thing in this new age that we're going to be working with, but you can actually use our hot deal site. So if you're a member and you have a promotion, a discount, an opportunity, a new service, and you want to put it on the Chamber of Commerce, BrunswickCountyChamber.org site, you can simply add it to the hot deals page. It will show according to whoever views the page. So that's one opportunity you can do with that. We also offer the videos that we're running here. So if you want to go and just click on and travel through the website to our members through a key-friendly search finder, that's another opportunity to utilize the page.
All right, perfect. So before we go, Susan, give folks the info they need to reach you at the Chamber.
Okay, we are at the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce office, located at 112 Pine Street in downtown Charlotte. My phone number is 910-754-6644. We are not quite open to the general public yet, but we are available to meet you out in the front porch when the office is open.
All right, Chris, give us the info for Sellworthy.
Sellworthy.com. It's Sellworthy with one L. S as in Sam, ELWORTHY.com. And they could chat us at any time on the website, like I said before, through Facebook. Really, all our social channels. I actually always have access to the chat on the website, too. So whenever you chat in, you can get a hold of me. Or they call me, text me directly, 910-600-6181.
All right. And folks, don't forget, on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., we will have the e-commerce mastermind for the Brunswick County Chamber to help you start or to improve your online selling. So check out the Chamber website for that as well. All right, guys. Hey, thanks. That was a great show.
Thanks, sir.
John.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Susan.
All right. For Susan Freeman with the Chamber and Chris Crockett with Sellworthy, I'm John Daly. We will see you back here next Thursday at noon for Living Brunsco.